But on the latest edition of ET Now on the Go, we caught up with Ashok Leyland's MD and CEO Shenu Agarwal in Chennai, and he elaborated on the company's strategies, goals, growth roadmap, exports extensively, guiding for doubling the business in the next 5 years. Let's go across and listen into a slice of that conversation.
All the geopolitical issues are tough right now. I mean, more so because you have to be very dynamic. Right. You know, the impact may not be that high, but still you have to look into the news every day and see what's new, what's happening, right? And you have to just think as to how do you need to adapt. But specifically, it is not impacting India. It is not going to impact the CV industry where we have a play. So we are not so much worried about it, but it just takes a little bit of more attention to be put on those issues. As far as rare earth magnets are concerned, yes, there is a challenge. Not immediately, but if we don't solve it within next 3 or 4 months, it will start affecting everyone in the auto sector.
Right. We have seen few of the production cuts coming in from Maruti, and other announcements have been there. But as of now, things are stable as far as Ashok Leyland is concerned?
As far as the CV industry is concerned, Ashok Leyland is concerned, there is nothing like this, until next 3 months, I would say.
Definitely. Now, talking about earnings, you have posted record earnings, margins 15%, but balancing between profitability and market share is a challenge for not only you but for everyone. How is Ashok Leyland navigating that tightrope?
Yeah, listen, for us the strategy is very clear. You know what we will do and what we will not do, both ways. So what we will not do is definitely we are not going to participate in aggressive discounting, because we don't think that is going to help us in a long run. Discounts only help you in a particular month, in a particular quarter. But then, they destroy the fundamental value that you really create in the business. So we are not going to do that. What we are going to do is mainly focus on 2 parameters. One is that we are going to put more and more value in our products that customer is willing to pay for, right? So you will see that our average realizations over a period of time will go up, which will help us become more profitable. The second is that in our industry specifically, and it is true for many other industries, but specifically for us, the after sales service that you provide to your customers is, if not more, equally important than the product itself. And the reason is that these machines, they are revenue generating machines for our customers. You know, their livelihood depends on it, right? And therefore, if they stop and you don't put them back on the road immediately, all that revenue gets lost, right? So it is extremely important for us to keep these machines running, and therefore we are focusing highly on making sure that our after sales service is truly best in class, not just in India, but we are also setting up our workshops in a way that they are of global standards. So we really believe that if we just focus on putting more value in the product, value in terms of reliability, value in terms of fuel economy, value in terms of efficiency, and we serve the customers well so their machines are always up and running, we will win both market share and profitability.
All right. There has been a statement earlier by the company regarding being a top 10 in the world as far as CV space is concerned. Are you still on that path? Which gear you are adopting right now for that?
Definitely we are on that path. It is not just a poster on the wall, but it is a sentiment, it is an ambition, it is a goal for everyone in the company. And until few years back, we were in the top 30. Now I'm very happy to say that we have moved to top 20 now globally. In fact, in buses, we are number 4 in the world now. In trucks, heavy duty trucks, medium duty trucks, we are number 13, right? So yeah, we are moving very well, and definitely whatever we do on a daily basis is aimed towards that mission of becoming the top 10.
All right, and apart from that, switchgear mobility is also something which has been in focus. What is your focus strategy there?
Listen, Switch is actually doing very well. We are very happy with the way Switch is now emerging as a very formidable brand. And Switch, was established to focus on this huge transition that is going to happen in the world, not just in India, towards electric vehicles. So right now, Switch is focusing on the electric light commercial vehicles and also the electric buses. The technology that they have developed over last few years, we are very happy about that because we think that technology is really among the best in the world. In terms of business, because it's a separate entity, also Switch is doing extremely well because last year we had set a goal that we will make Switch EBITDA positive, which has happened now. This year, FY26, we are setting a goal that it should be PAT positive, which means self-sufficiency. Yeah, so I think we are moving very, very well. Indian government is very supportive for transition to electric vehicles, and that is all building up in a very nice way for Switch.
Right. You mentioned about government. You have recently won an order in Tamil Nadu as well of over 18,000 crore. I want to understand what is your overall strategy. We have seen in other states as well, these kind of work have been done by Ashok Leyland. How will this boost as far as your order flow is concerned, and what is the overall strategy?
See, it's not just Tamil Nadu, but we are normally very, very strong with all the government buying, right? And that is not just because we have good relationship with the government, but also because, the products that we have really speak for themselves. And therefore, whenever we approach a government, they look at our buses, they look at our reliability, they look at our fuel economy, and it is like a very obvious choice for the government to pick us up. And we are also the cost leader in the industry, right? Our material cost, our overall cost is the best in the industry. So we are very competitive. And that is what government needs. So whether it is Tamil Nadu's 180 crore order or any other STU orders, we think we are very well positioned.
And overall, talking about your focus areas, EV, hydrogen, where is the growth coming from, which you think is the future thing for you?
Yeah, so listen, there is a lot of discussion going on that how this diesel market is going to evolve into these newer fuels, and there is not one particular path that is very clear. I think there are different technologies that are emerging as of now. One is definitely EV, but then there are some gas technologies which are emerging like CNG and LNG. And then hydrogen is very, very prominent also, or can be prominent, right? So I think it will take time for us to figure out which will get more prominence in future. But definitely it seems like, at least now it seems like EV would be a short run. For heavy and medium duty vehicles, maybe it will be hydrogen in the long run. But as Ashok Leyland, we are working on all the technologies. We have all the products out. Actually, we sometimes claim that we are a company which has commercially sold all these new technology vehicles now, whether it is EV or hydrogen or fuel cell or LNG.
So if I just want to put everything into few buckets in cricket terminology, which will be your T20 kind of a growth, which is ODI kind of a growth, and where you think sustainable test cricket kind of a thing will continue?
Listen, our ambition is very clear. We are, first of all, we are optimistic about the industry, because when you compare medium and heavy duty truck industry or even buses with any other country like China or Europe, the penetration of trucks and buses in India is still at a very low level, right? So as India grows, as the economy grows, this penetration has to improve. You see so many highways coming up, right? Some people argue with me that, because of highways, there will be more efficiency that will be created, and therefore number of trucks required would be lower, right? But my argument is that India is still the fourth or the fifth largest economy, right? India has a long way to go. India will require a lot of freight to be moved. India will require a lot of people to be moved, right? And therefore, first of all, we think that the market is going to be very positive over a long period. Then secondly, we have our internal ambition to get to market leadership stage. We are number 2 right now, and at some point in time we have to get. In the medium term, we have set a goal of 35% market share for us, and we are up around 31 right now, right? Similarly, we have other businesses. We have light commercial vehicle business, we have power solutions, we have defense, and all of these business we have charted out a growth path for us. So I think our growth will be reasonably good. It will be definitely better than the industry growth.
And then the guidance which was given, which if I remember it correctly, was in single digit on the higher side. Will that sustain? I mean, overall CV industry, how do you see? Do you think it will be double digit, or you think single digit growth will be there, and how it will be for Ashok Leyland particularly?
Like I said, CV industry in the long run, we think is looking very optimistic. I mean, whichever way we compare India with any other economy which has also trucks and buses, I think India has a lot of way to cover. But in the current year specifically, we think it will still be in single digits, the industry growth. But in different segments, it could be different. For example, tractor trailers could be in double digits, buses could be in double digits. I believe even tippers could be in double digits this year. So, as far as Ashok Leyland is concerned, like I said, our goal is always to beat the industry growth. So we will try to achieve something better than the industry.
But double digit is definitely on the cards. I mean, that ambition is there.
Definitely that ambition is there. Definitely the ambition is to grow better than the industry.
And talking about a little longer horizon, you have kept 2030 goals of carbon neutrality. If we talk about,
yes.
There is also a goal of 2048, which you have keeping net zero by
Yes.
2048. How do you want to transition yourself from current state to this goal?
Yeah, very good question, because sustainability is one of our key drivers for future. And I think we are doing actually very well. If you look at our ratings that we are getting on sustainability from the Indian agencies or even the global agencies, we are moving very, very rapidly. We are one of the best automotive companies in India today, and among the top 10 globally also in our sector on the sustainability issues. So definitely we want to fast track this even more. A lot of initiatives are in place. I think the biggest initiative is that how we can move the entire diesel ecosystem into something which is more cleaner, which is more smarter, right? Like I said, we are working on EVs, we are working on LNG, CNG, we are working on hydrogen, and all this, as soon as we can transition the diesel into these, all these will help meet our sustainability goals. That is one. But it is not going to be limited to vehicles. We are working with our dealer partners, we are working with our supplier partners to see how they can adopt sustainable practices in their operations. Also, we are working at the ecosystem level, for which means that we are opening up several scrappage facilities, for example, to make sure that the older vehicles are scrapped in a very efficient manner, and all that scrapped or recyclable material can be reused. So there are several fronts, but definitely we are very positive that this renewable energy 100% will meet by 2030. That is our goal, and we are moving very well on that front. And then, of course, going forward, we'd like to achieve net zero by 2048.
If I talk on the particular, the bifurcation per se, what is there right now and where you want to achieve in terms of rough percentage numbers in these categories, if you can elaborate on that front.
On the newer fuels?
Yes.
Listen, it's very tough to give you an estimate there, because it's not, on Ashok Leyland or the OEMs, it's also, how fast the country can build that ecosystem. I'll give you an example. For example, hydrogen. We are a company which sometimes claim that we have the largest fleet in the world of hydrogen vehicles, hydrogen ICE vehicles, right? Because we have 20 odd of those running in a part of the country. However, this ecosystem challenge is definitely there. I would say government is very well focused, government to achieve their own net zero or the country's net zero goal in 2070 is doing a lot of things. But it's hard to really pinpoint on a timeline as to when it can happen.
So if I talk about the vision of the company for next 5 years, what are your top 3 priorities?
Oh, very, very clear. Actually, top 3 priorities would be to achieve a certain market share. We are very vocal about it. 35% in medium and heavy duty and 25% in light commercial vehicles. The second is to give the best-in-class experience to our customers who have purchased Ashok Leyland products. We just want to give them a very, very delightful feeling which nobody can match. And the third is definitely we want to achieve that mid-teen level EBITDA. We are already kind of there, because last year we achieved 12.7%. In quarter 4, we achieved 15% as well. Yeah, so I think we are doing well on all the three fronts.